I'm Mia Lair from Mia Lair Plus Associates, and we are a firm of landscape architects planners in Los Angeles. And we have been working in the general LA basin now for 30 years, and really excited to be here in this amazingly beautiful community with an opportunity to really kind of make some of these sites shine and really sort of start thinking about the next generation and multi-generational park spaces that actually knit together with a larger open space system.
And I'm Michelle Sullivan, and I'm the project manager working on the project with Mia here.
We have worked on in many communities around the LA Basin. A project we just finished is Vista Hermosa Park. It's a 9.5-acre park overlooking downtown Los Angeles in Angelino Heights. And Michelle and I have also been working on the El Toro Marine Base being turned into a very large park in Orange County. It's a 1,400-acre park, and we're in schematic design on that project and worked very hard with communities and stakeholders in making that a destination county-wide park.
Mm-hmm. Michelle, I know I saw you at the Community Leaders Breakfast. Again, there's been a lot of opportunities, and there will be more for the community to discuss with you both, what they want, what they envision for here at Lower Hesse Park and over at Grandview Park. What do you see in terms of lots of opportunities and concepts? There's a lot of things on the table, but again, you're discussing these with the community.
Right. Well, there's a lot of things on the tables. Nothing is settled yet, but we have some tennis courts and some volleyball, a day camp. There's talk about a dog park that's on the table. We've got to really review it from the community standpoint. Trails, restrooms, storage, and just trying to bring amenities to the parks to activate it for the community.
And what you're talking about now would be for here at Lower Hesse, or you're visioning for both parks? Because we've been talking about two parkland areas. So was what you're referencing for here at Lower Hesse?
Well, actually, for Lower Hesse, I would say some tennis courts, a basketball court, restroom storage, some parking off-site to get it off of the street. Like I said, the dog park is on the table, and we're looking at that as well. Some trails, some amenities for benches, some shade for picnicking, etc.
And also the opportunity of doing some restoration work in terms of doing some native California planting areas so that the picnic areas can be surrounded by native vegetation and under oak trees. So we understand the balance.
And you understand this. You've been doing this for 30 years in the LA area. When you see these two pieces of property, what went through your mind in terms of, again, you use the word opportunity?
The sites are exquisite. Just the way the view, especially, of course, of the ocean, that's rare. And there's a level of calmness in these hills that I think can be brought to bear, and clearly an opportunity as the areas gets denser and there's more and more young people coming in with more children to really allow for as I said before, more multi-generational experiences in these parks, and people having choices, whether they're from the immediate sort of neighborhood or from a slightly large, from 5 blocks away, that there's, a series of choices that people can make. I'm going to go and picnic at Lower Hesse today, or I'm going to go and take a hike and jog along the jogging path at Grandview.
Right now, I was going to say, in terms of two of the walking trails in space, that will all be enhanced?
That's correct. And I want to say, I think that Mia touched on it earlier, is that the whole neighborhood integration is really important, and the appropriateness to the area is important too. This isn't LA, this is Rancho Palos Verdes, and making sure that we really honor the materials and the area here, and that integration within the parks is so important to us from a design standpoint.
And I brought up earlier, you talked a little bit about your background and all you've done in terms of when you go and you start with space like this and then you turn it around, especially for the people that live near parks, if they're concerned and they're not in favor of them initially, do you find that as soon as they see what's there, it's a different story?
Well, I think it's a process, and it's, education. I mean, if people are afraid of, the park being too close to them, talking about the kinds of shrubs and trees that one can plant to allow for some kind of a veil around them, or if they're concerned about lighting, or if they're concerned about parking, addressing each issue at a time and trying to solve it in a reasonable way with, the professionals, not just ourselves, but the city. And the staff has some great professionals working here who deal with traffic, who deal with parking, that deal with all the sorts of amenities and all the infrastructure issues that relate to a city.
Mm-hmm. What do you see as some of the challenges to have these projects come about and to get this all going?
Well, I think one is to make sure that it really is a community balance, process, and to make sure that the community at large really gets their voice into the process. And we're working through that with surveys, and the city staff has been very committed to that. I think that's one of the big challenges.
And your next community workshop is coming up in July?
That's correct. It'll be July 17th and at 9 a.m. for Lower Hesse and 12:30 for Grandview.
And of course, I know the city's doing some surveys, and they've got a lot of great feedback. I don't know in terms of already, since you've been talking with residents and neighbors, anything you want to share in terms of that gets you excited about where there's a lot of support?
Well, I think there's a lot of support for improvement and a balanced sense of improvement. So somewhere a balance between the active, sports and being able to commune with nature through picnicking and other sort of more organized activities.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to add that I'm not covering that you want to get out there to their viewers and the neighbors?
Well, I think really would like people from the community to come out to the workshop on the 17th and just really be a part of the process, so that it really is their park, and we really want to design it for the community.
And for you, anything else you want to add, Mia?
It would be great if people come out with an open mind about the possibilities here, and that we can solve problems as designers. That's what we do, and we really do try to be good listeners and to really integrate people's wishes and try our best to really present alternatives that we can all be supportive of, and that allow people to make choices and decisions.
And I keep hearing you use the term balanced opportunity, and that's really what's going on here.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
well, thank you both. We'll see you at the workshops, and we will stay tuned to see what's going to be happening.